I love to interview entrepreneurs, people who run their own businesses and show how their passion creates their careers. So welcome to Geeks Are Sexy. This show is sponsored by Mad Macro. Go to madmacro.com and get 25% off when you use the sponsor promo code GEEK. So on today's show is all about entrepreneurs. Every single guest I have on the show today is an entrepreneur, runs their own business, and has a passionate message to send to you. So today my first guest is Martina, and she goes by Zando, but her last name is so beautiful, Zandonella. I love it. Martina Zandonella, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Michelle.
Yeah, so
and we said it right.
Yeah. So we met right here. Well, not in this booth, but in the area, in the location where WCOBM is at the Gene Woods Racing Experience, where Guy Dawson had his classic communications mixer and event. And so you came and I met you and I got your card and looked at your pictures and I said, holy cow, this girl's good. She's got some good work. And so I was so overjoyed when I actually booked the shoot with her and I got to work with her. But before we go into that, let's talk more about how she became an entrepreneur, how she fell into becoming a photographer, and the fact that she's from Italy. How'd she come to Las Vegas? So let's start with, how did you become a photographer?
So, Michelle, I was born and raised in Italy, but I went to study in the UK, and I met my husband there.
Yeah.
And my husband is military, and somehow we arrived in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So I had to leave my previous career in Europe as a teacher.
Oh, really?
And, yes.
What kind of teacher?
Languages.
Wow,
Yes.
interesting.
So when I arrived in Las Vegas, of course I had to change job, and my teaching qualification wasn't recognized here. So I picked up my passion for photography, which I really always had. But here I had the time to develop myself and to learn lots of techniques and just to really go out and shoot. And I started working on the strip and with different photographers. And then I thought, well, I really should have my own business. So I started my business, and I love it. I love having it. It's like a baby.
I love that. So tell me, when you moved to Vegas and you got into photography, there are so many different types of photographers. So where do you fall into?
I fell in love with boudoir photography
Ooh.
when I arrived in Las Vegas, and I had the privilege to work with an amazing photographer, Lamri, for a whole year to learn a lot of tricks of the trade. And I would say that is where my main passion is, because I really believe in making women feel confident and making them feel amazing and sexy.
That's awesome, because there are a lot of sexy places in Vegas, and especially a lot of sexy people, of course, as well. And I was going to ask you, where are your favorite places to shoot for boudoir?
I love doing outdoor boudoir. It's very daring. It's very much an adventure for my customers. It's not just your regular photo shoot. It's really an adventure. But I love being outside because I do a lot of outdoor activities. I do lots of climbing, running on the trails, and biking. So I know all the good spots, and I'm a real geek of the light.
I love that.
Yes.
So when you work with females, do you work with amateurs and professional models?
Mostly with amateurs. I mean, with all type of women.
So for a woman who has never done boudoir before, but she wants to do it, I can see how working with a female photographer would make her feel more comfortable. And then to have an experience where you actually know the locations to take her to. Now, what are some of the things to kind of get her out of her shell, to get her out of her comfort zone, to say when she's so nervous and you're trying to make her feel relaxed? What are some of the things that you help her with?
Absolutely. I think preparation is the key. So they must arrive at the photo shoot having prepared all the things beforehand and themselves, and taking a bit of care in just try to relax.
Right.
But then on location, I would say my posing direction is what makes them the most comfortable, because having clear direction is a bit like giving direction for a yoga pose. Makes them, think so much about how to
Right.
pose and how to deal with their body, that they forget about being worried. And then just being outgoing and having a female team.
That's true.
And then just have a laugh.
So do you have makeup artists and hairstylists that you work with as well
Yes.
to kind of, take the girl or the woman and transform her into the beautiful boudoir model?
Yes, and the makeup artists and hairstylists have such big impact because they
Oh, yes.
they start by relaxing the customer and transform them, as you say. So, and they're also all female, so that sets the tone really well.
Yeah, I can see as a female and being, I started out as an amateur model, and I still am a freelance amateur model, but I'm a little more experienced now, and I could see from the get-go, you sit in the makeup chair, you're nervous. You don't know what to expect, and I think most of all, a lot of women are too hard on themselves. They think about too much about, I gotta look this way, I gotta look that way, I gotta be perfect, and I think what's funny is the imperfections in a picture is what makes it perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And often the in-between shots are the
Right.
ones that get picked up. So it's always me trying to make a joke or make them laugh and still hold the camera and capture that in-between.
And it was funny because we did a shoot together, and it was a fitness shoot, and we'll show the pictures in a couple seconds, but it was funny how you captured some of the moments when I wasn't even posing. And so naturally, when you get those actual moments that are not so candid and they're not so framed, it actually puts an essence on it it's even more developed in the emotional state of things.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and play the slideshow of our fitness shoot together. So I've been working out for some time now. My trainer is actually going to come on in the next few segments, and so I wanted to get a fitness shoot where I felt comfortable and I could see kind of all of the different things in my body that are changing as I am now training. And so you don't naturally do fitness, you do mostly boudoir. So talk a little bit about the framing and lighting and everything in these pictures.
So the fitness is slightly different because the photos have to be very edgy and with a lot of shadows, and they have to be highlighted a bit more so that the muscles really show, and
Right.
in post-production we add a bit of grit. I love capturing this because it's still an artistic shape of the body.
Yeah.
In your case, I really wanted to get all these beautiful lines of the muscle and the female body at the same time.
And what's funny is I never really incorporated working out in fitness now with modeling, and I've gotten actually, I guess a lot of people have now asked me to model in the whole fitness theme of things, and I never thought it would kind of go in that direction. So thanks to you, Martina, I now am kind of open to modeling in different ways I never thought possible.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So can you give your .com and your social media
Yeah.
contacts in case?
So my website is Martina Zando. That's Martina Zando.
And you have to say it with that Martina.
MartinaZando.com. And my Facebook and my Instagram are Martina Zando Photography. So you can reach me on that and go and see my pictures and
Hire you for a shoot. Hire
yeah,
her
for
people.
sure. So boudoir, lifestyle, including the fitness now that I've really got
Ooh.
into it, and I love it. I love shooting.
Love it.
I love shooting that.
And I would love to have one of your clients come on and talk about, like, a different perspective of modeling. Come back and let's do this all over again.
Yeah,
I just love
sure.
having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I got to say, I love the geek glasses. Love the
These are my
cat-eye
own.
geek glasses. And she just bought a Tesla, people. So she's so sexy geekied out in her Tesla. And I want you to come back on the show. We're going to talk about that super sexy Tesla and more. So stay tuned. You're watching Geeks Are Sexy.